Okay, 7th graders. Similar figures are figures that are similar. They look similar, but they're different sizes. Okay, that word similar, it means the same shape, but different size. Okay, what two shapes are these? Or what shape is this?
Square.
No, it's not a square.
What?
Because doesn't have right angles. Okay?
It does.
No, these are not right angles. They don't go 90 degrees.
They're acute.
These are acute, and these are obtuse.
What was the word?
Well, yeah, what?
No, what was it again?
They're wrong.
Similar? That means they are the same shape, but different sizes. What shape is this? Merlin?
Parallelogram?
These are parallelograms. Okay? These are parallelograms, right? Yep. Parallelograms are kind of like a rectangle that is tilted. Okay? And their opposite angles are equal. And all of the angles added up together equal 360 degrees. Okay? Because they are, for example, any rectangle is also a parallelogram because it has two parallel, opposite sides are parallel. Okay? But that's not really what we're talking about today. We're talking about proportions in similar figures. And so, if you look at page 303 in your lesson, if we know that these are similar, then we can, then they are proportional, it's called. In other words, one side relates to another side. Alright, let's say that this side is 16 centimeters, 24 centimeters, and 18 centimeters. And this side, we don't know what this side is. Okay? What we can do is we can write a proportion. We can write, using these numbers, using the three numbers, we can find the fourth number. Alright? As long as we write them in a certain way. Okay? In other words, this little side right here, this side is related to this side in the same way that this side is related to this side. Okay? And as long as we write a proportion in an order, in that order, we can find what x is. Alright? So we could write that 16 over 24 is equal to, and what order would we use then for the second ratio? If we wrote 16 over 24, then we have to write x over 18. Yep. Okay? What if we wrote it this way? 18 over 24 is equal to.
You can't just French.
Are they, can we write it that way?
No.
Yeah.
X over 16. See, it's the same direction. Okay? What if we wrote it this way? 24 is to 16. What would we write for the other ratio? 18 over x. And as long as we write that in a certain order, we can solve it and find x. Alright? You just cross multiply and divide and solve. Okay? You did this one?
Yeah.
It's the same as this one, isn't it? And it's the same as this one, isn't it?
Oh, now I
See that?
I was like,
Cool.
Okay, so what is this? What is this answer? 24x equals what? times 16?
288.
288. Divide by 24 on both sides. And x equals what? 12. So x is 12 centimeters. Okay? Now, when we're shooting the rockets off, we're doing something very similar to this. Okay? We're measuring and we're using that angle to find the length. Think about it this way. Look at this example from page 304. In this example, we have a person, and we have a tree. Okay? A purple person and a tree. Yep. Now, the sun is shining over here, and it's casting a shadow. Okay?
Wait, do you want us to draw it?
Yeah. This shadow and this shadow. Okay? Now, you can measure the height of the person, can't you? You can measure the height of a person pretty easily. This person happens to be 5 feet tall. Okay? So that's this line. And the shadow is 4 feet. Now, you, in your genius math mind, decide, well, if I measure the length of the shadow of the tree, which is 10 feet, I can find the height of the tree.
Just like with the thing that you do on the
Exactly. Yep. Because the height of the tree creates a triangle with the shadow, and the height of the person creates a triangle with the shadow. Doesn't it? Cool. And they're proportional. So these are similar figures, aren't they? So let's write a proportion that works. Write a proportion that works. Luke? Write a proportion that works.
5 over x.
5 over x. Okay, or 5 over t for tree. Okay? So, as long as we write them in the same order, 4 is to 10 as 5 is to t for tree. Okay? How tall is the tree then? 12.5 feet. Just a baby pine tree. 50 equals 4t. Divide by 4. And 12.5 feet equals the tree. Okay? Any questions on that one? There's another way that similar is used, and it's, in this case, it is with maps and actual distance. Okay? Maps and actual distance. These are called scale drawings. Anybody who does drafting or plans for building things does scale drawings. Okay?
Wait, is this also notes?
Yeah, this is notes. Yep. So remember, when you're writing proportions, you need to put the labels on the same level. And so, if the ratio of map distance to actual distance is 1 to 12, then if you write your proportion this way, map, the map distance over the actual distance equals the map distance over the actual distance. You write the same thing on both sides. And then, let's say, since they give you the scale, you put that as one of your ratios. So 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 12 kilometers of actual distance. 12 kilometers of actual distance. 1 is to 12. Okay? And then, as 12 centimeters, if you measure then on your map, you measure 12 centimeters, that equals how much of actual distance? K for kilometers. That equals 144, right? 12 times 12. So 144 equals K. Now, what if it's not quite as simple as that? What if you were given, for example, the actual distance and you're making the map. So you're given an actual distance of 300 kilometers. And you had to find how many centimeters to make the map. How would you do that? Jordan?
Do 12C.
Yep, 12C. Oops. 12C equals 3 times 1 is 3. 300.
Sure.
And then divide by 12. And how long would you make that on the map? If you were drawing the map. 12. 300 divided by 12. What would that be?
25.
25?
Yeah.
25 centimeters. Okay? So you see how you use that ratio? Just remember, put the map over the actual, and then the map over the actual. And then fill in the numbers, just like before, with similar figures. Put the labels on the same level, cross multiply and divide. Okay? Now, what I want you to do for your assignment is 2 to 14 evens on this lesson. 2 to 14 evens. Okay?